Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Bhutman Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutire Nashivrai Yogatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Seva Bhagavati Uttam Shloki Tera Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, Adi Khanda, Part 7, Shri Vishwarup takes sannyas. This chapter contains descriptions of Vishwarupa's acceptance of sannyas and Gaurhari's acceptance of the mood of Dattatreya, and instructing his mother in the absolute truth while sitting on a pile of rejected clay pots. Shri Gaur Gopal expanded his various mischievous childhood pastimes. Nimai would give up his mischief as soon as he saw his elder brother Vishwarup. Vishwarup was renowned since the time of his birth, and he was the abode of all good qualities. Whenever he explained the scriptures, he would establish devotional service as their only purpose. He had no interest in anything other than serving Krishna with all of his senses. Although he knew his younger brother was Bal Gopal Krishna, he did not disclose this confidential fact to anyone. Vishwarup always remained intoxicated by discussing topics of Krishna and serving Krishna in the association of the Vaishnavas. Seeing the entire world was mad after material enjoyment, the seed of envy for Vishnu and the Vaishnavas was present in everyone's heart. And even the reciters of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam were devoid of devotion to Krishna. The pure devotees, headed by Advaita Acharya, began to cry for the pathetic condition of the living entities. Sri Vishwarup even decided to give up worldly life and considered, I'll no longer see the faces of such people. Every day after taking morning bath in Ganga, Vishwarup would go to Advaita Acharya's house where he would explain that devotion service to Krishna is the essence of all scriptures. Sent by Shachi Devi, the child Nimai also went daily to the house of Advaita Acharya to bring his elder brother home for lunch. At that time, the devotees practically entered samadhi upon seeing the enchanting beauty of Gaur Hari, as it is natural for devotees to be attracted by seeing the form of the Lord. Taking advantage of this incident, the author establishes the devotee's matchless love for the Supreme Lord by citing the conversation between Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj from Srimad Bhagavatam. The spirit soul is the life of the living entity, and Sri Nandanandan is the super soul of the life of the spirit soul. That is why the gopis accepted Krishna as their life and soul. Although Krishna is also the super soul of demons like Kansa, they cannot understand this due to their offenses. The sweetness of sugar candy is known to all, although due to the fault of the tongue it may taste bitter to some. The sweetness of candy is neither lost nor diminished. Those who are attracted to the supreme sweetness of Sri Gaurasundar are most fortunate, while those who are not are simply unfortunate. Nevertheless, the sweetness of Sri Gaurasundar is not diminished. Although Vishwarup came home on the order of Mother Shachi, he soon returned to the house of Advaita Acharya. Whenever Vishwarup came home, he did not indulge in worldly behavior. Rather, he would pass his time sitting in the temple room. When Vishwarup heard that his parents were arranging for his marriage, he became most unhappy and after a few days exhibited his pastime of taking sannyas. Thus, he became renowned in the world as Sri Shankar Aranya. The hearts of Shachi and Jagannath, who were in the transcendental mood of Vatsalya Ras, were greatly pained when Vishwarup took sannyas, and Gaurasundar, feeling separation from his brother, separation for his pure servant, displayed his pastimes of losing consciousness. Due to separation from Vishwarup, separation from a devotee, the devotees headed by Advaita Acharya began to cry. All the friends of Shachi and Jagannath came to solace them in various ways. Hearing about Vishwarup's acceptance of sannyas, the devotees all wanted to go live in the forest. Advait Prabhu consoled everyone by saying, Krishna will soon manifest before us and mitigate all of our distress. He'll perform pastimes that are rare for even Shukdev and Prahlad Maharaj. After becoming pacified, Nimai began to study attentively, and he always remained with his parents. Although Mother Shashi was happy to hear about her son's wonderful intelligence and knowledge, Jagannath Mishra was in anxiety because he thought, due to his intense study, this son will also realize that this world is temporary and devotion service to Krishna is the essence of life. Then he will follow the footsteps of his elder brother. Means he'll also take sannyas and go away. After a long debate with Shachi, Jagannath Mishra stopped Nimai's studies. Thereafter, Nimai again began to exhibit mischievous pastimes. One day, Nimai sat on a pile of untouchable clay pots. When Mother Shachi told him not to sit there, Nimai replied, how can a foolish person who does not know how to read and write discriminate between purity and impurity? For me, it's all the same. Means you're not sending me to school, so how do I know what is good and what is bad? In the mood of Dattatreya, Mahaprabhu continued to instruct his mother. Of course, in that mood, he gave absolute knowledge to his mother. But mother's a mother. Okay, you're getting dirty, get down from there. The consideration of purity and impurity is born from the imagination or mental speculation of mundane people. The absolute truth, Lord Vishnu, is present everywhere, and wherever the Lord is present is most pure. Those who cannot understand that the Lord is present everywhere simply chase after mental conceptions. The cooking parts of Vishnu are never impure, they are always pure. Other ordinary items are purified by their touch. The Lord is never present in a place that is impure or devoid of devotional service. Although Nimai explained all spiritual topics in the mood of a child, Shachi and other relatives in the mood of Vatsalya could not understand those instructions due to the influence of Yogmaya. When Shachi Devi saw Nimai would not leave that dirty place, she personally grabbed the child's hand and took him for bath. Thereafter, Shachi Devi and others informed Jagannath Mishra. Nimai is feeling most unhappy because he cannot study. So, on everyone's request, Purandar Mishra ordered Nimai to continue his studies. In fact, at that time, all the Navadvip people they gathered. They were looking at Nimai sitting on the pile of pots, used pots, and Shashi arguing with Shachi Mata. And then they found out, okay, Jagannath Mishra had stopped him from going to school. And they said, our children don't want to go to school, and Nimai wants to study. He's such a good student. He wants to study. So send him to school. Our children don't want to study. Still, we send them to school. So finally, Jagannath Mishra relented and he allowed Nimai to continue his studies. जय जय महामहेश्वर गौर चंद्र जय जय विश्वम्भर प्रिय भक्त वृंद. All glories to Sri Gaurchandra, the Lord of all lords. All glories to Vishwambhar, Vishwambar's beloved devotees. जय जगन्नाथ शचि पुत्र सर्व प्राण कृपा दृश्य कर प्रभु सर्व जीव त्राण. All glories to Jagannath and Shachi's son, who is the life and soul of all. O Lord, please deliver the living entities by your merciful glance. The word Sarva Pran refers to he who is the life and soul of his servants. The son of Shachi is the source of all conscious entities. Enamate Navadvipe Shri Sundar Balya Leela Chale Kare Prakasha Vistar. In this way, Sri Gaurasundar manifested his childhood pastimes in Navadvip. The words Kare Prakash Vistar indicate that the mischievous pastimes that Gaurasundar exhibited in his childhood had two purposes. The direct purpose was to attract his devotees and constantly increase their ecstasy. And the indirect purpose was to confirm the temporary nature of mundane objects of sense gratification by destroying them in a mischievous way. Since accepting and rejecting mundane objects creates various disturbances, obstructing or minimizing the attempt to enjoy such objects is certainly for the eternal benefit of the conditioned souls. A conditioned souls constitutional duties are transformed into mental speculation due to his external perception. As a result, rather than serving the Lord, one's propensity for enjoying the material world increases. In the absence of such propensity, one's spiritual constitutional engagement of devotion service in the form of liberation from material enjoyment and endeavor for achieving Krishna becomes manifest. So he was doing it for two reasons. All this mischievous pastime. निरंतर चपलता करे सब साने माया शिखाई लो प्रबोधन ही माने. The Lord regularly engaged in mischief making. He would not stop even by his mother's order. शिखाइले आरहाए द्विगुण चंचल गृह यह पाए कहा मांगे सकल. Whenever his parents tried to restrain him, he would create twice as much mischief. He would then break anything at home that he could get his hands on. भाई यार किछु ना बोलाए बाप माए स्वच्छंदे परमानंदे खिलाए लीलाए. Thus, out of fear, his parents no longer tried to restrain the Lord, who was then free to fully enjoy his pastimes. Because then he would become double uh, troublemaker. So they would, okay, do whatever you want. आदि खंड कथा जिन अमृत श्रवण यही शिशु रूपे क्रीड़ा करे नारायण. The topics of Adi Khanda are like a stream of nectar for the relate the childhood pastimes of Lord Narayana. पिता माता कहारे न करे प्रभु भाए विश्व रूप अग्रज देखिले नम्र हाय. The Lord was not afraid of anyone, including his parents, but he displayed humility on seeing his elder brother Vishwarup. Yeah, whenever Vishwarup comes, then he would calm down. प्रभुर अग्रज विश्वरूप भगवान आजन्म विरक्त सर्वगुणेर निधान. Shri Vishwarup, the personality of Godhead, was the Lord's elder brother. From birth, he was detached from sense gratification. He was the abode of all transcendental qualities. सर्वशास्त्र सबे वाखाने न विष्णु भारती खंडिते तहार व्याख्या नाहिका रोषाती. Explained that the purport of all scriptures are devotional service to Lord Vishnu, and no one was able to refute his explanations. So, purport of all scriptures was devotional service to Vishnu or Krishna. That's a real meaning, actually. but like Mayavadis, they just distort the real meaning and bring out their own meanings, uh, and just create havoc, actually. Just like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was speaking, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was just speaking like anything on Vedanta Sutra for many, many days. He kept on speaking. And Mahaprabhu just kept sat there listening. And afterwards, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, are you even understanding what I'm saying? I mean, you didn't say anything, you didn't ask any questions, you didn't stop me. And then Mahaprabhu said, well, the meaning of shlokas of Vedanta Sutra are very clear, but your commentaries, they're like obscuring the clear meaning. The meaning is very clear. Everything is about bhakti. But the way the Mayavadis describe it, they just completely obscure the real. And people really get enamored attracted by those uh, heavy words used by Mayavadis. Yes, 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 this must be true. Whether it makes sense or not. But how Vishwarup is explaining, purport of all scriptures was devotional service to Lord Vishnu. श्रवणे वदने मने सर्वेंद्रिय गाने कृष्ण भक्ति बिना विनय आर ना बोले ना शुने. With his ears, mouth, mind, and other senses, he would not speak or hear about anything other than devotional service to Lord Krishna. अनुजेर देखी अति विलक्षण रीता विश्वरूप मने गणे हय विस्मिता. Seeing his brother's uncommon activities, Vishwarupa was struck with wonder and thought, "ए बालक कबू नाहे प्राकृत छाया रूपे आचरण जेना श्री बाल गोपाल." This boy cannot be an ordinary child. His beauty and activities appear just like those of Shri Bhagopal. So Vishwarupa understood who he is. यत आमनुषी कर्म निरवधिकार यही बुझी खेले न कृष्ण हे शिशु शरीर. I can understand from the uncommon activities he constantly performs that Lord Krishna enjoys pastimes through the body of this child. So, so he understood he is non-different from Krishna. Krishna is enjoying pastimes through this child's body. यही मत चिंते विश्व रूप महाशाय कहा रे न भांगे तत्व स्वकर्म कराए. Considering in this way, Vishnu kept his own activities and did not disclose the secret to anyone. निरवधि ठाके सर्व वैष्णवेर संगे Krishna Katha, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Puja Range. He constantly associated with the Vaishnavas by discussing topics of Krishna, performing devotional service to Krishna, and engaging in the worship of Krishna. So actually, this is what uh, should be our goal. Nothing else. Discussing topics of Krishna, performing devotional service to Krishna, and engage in the worship of Krishna. जगत प्रमत धनु पुत्र विद्या से वैष्णव देखिले मात्र सबे उपहास. The people of the world were mad for enjoying wealth, children, and education. Whenever they saw the Vaishnavas, they would ridicule them. And people, not just that time, now they are more mad after wealth, children, education, power, position, anything material. Anything material. They're crazy about it. But they don't know it's all temporary. It's here today, it will be gone tomorrow. And and whether in next life we'll attain it or not, who knows? Only thing that is the truth, that is Sat, is Bhakti. Bhagwan, Bhakti, and Bhakti. That is the only thing that is true. Otherwise, everything is temporary. And and we run after all these temporary things crazily. Look at people, I mean, running around just to make money, just to attract opposite sex, or somehow enjoy this body, which we cannot enjoy anyway. It says in Bhagavad Gita, this is Dukhalaya. This is place of misery. And we think we are enjoying. Why have eaten this special item? I'm very happy. How long does that happiness last? I've seen this movie, or I've attained this position in my company. I make so much of money. I'm happy. No, real happiness is not there, because after attaining any position in company, then we get envious of those who are above us, and then we condescend and look at people who are below us. What's the point? And even if I have more money, maybe I have a big house, worth crores of rupees, then I'll be envious of a person who has a bigger house than I have. And to get that big house, if I have committed many sinful activities, just to get that big house, well, Yamdutas are not going to just let me go away because I live in the big house. It's it's just very difficult to understand. And then they make fun of Vaishnavas. These guys, they're just wasting their time. They're young, they're energetic, they should be making money, having a proper career. Of course, there's nothing wrong with having a career because everybody needs money to live, to maintain their life. But there's a difference between need and greed. So this is what the society is now. आर्य तर्जा पड़े सब वैष्णव देखी यति शति tapasviyo ya bemari. They would compose blasphemous rhymes and recite them when they saw a Vaishnava. They challenged, what's the use of being a sannyasi, a chaste wife, or a tapasvi? They must also die. Yes, everybody is going to die, no doubt about it. But what is going to happen to the soul after it leaves this body? That is more important. The atheistic residents of Navadvip at that time followed the doctrine of Charvak Muni and were thus maddened by sense gratification due to falsely identifying themselves with their bodies. Whenever they saw the pure Vaishnavas, they would tease them with poems that they had composed. They once said that the performance of religious duties by sannyasis, chaste women, and ascetics are all useless because, in spite of accumulating great piety, they cannot save themselves from death. So there was no need to observe such religious duties. In other words, they considered such people unfortunate miscreants. Of course, devotees look at karmis and they say, you are unfortunate miscreants. So like it is said, they have composed many poems. Uh, many things go on in the society just to tease the other person. And they were, at that time, these atheistic residents of Navadvip. They were They were so much into material enjoyment and so much against bhakti. And that was the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. And the doctrine of Charvak Muni said what? Beg, borrow, or steal, doesn't matter, you eat ghee. And then somebody says, well, we have to pay it back next life. No, there is no next life. After this body is finished, everything is finished. And eat ghee. Why eat ghee? So that your body is strong, stout, and you can enjoy senses to the limit, to the extreme. So somebody had once asked Prabhupada, so even in India, there was Muni like Charvak Muni who gave this kind of philosophy. This is uh, just like uh, Western philosophy of just enjoy, eat, drink, and be merry. Prabhupada said, well, it was Indian Charvak, Indian Muni. That's why he said eat ghee. If it was American somebody, he would have said eat beef. So at least he was Indian, so he said eat ghee. But everybody has their own philosophy. And he's Muni, Charvak Muni. But he said these kind of things. He was atheistic. Okay, I guess we can stop here. You all have happy Ram Navami and enjoy your day. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Same to you. Happy Ram Navami.
Thank you, Mata. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radha.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Thank
Krishna.
you. Jai Shri Prabhupada.